stupidly, they allow you people to take pictures of melted newspaper. It was useless completely. This is our counter-nuclear accident national measures. And it's my shame. And also, on the 11th of March, I myself become the refugees. I couldn't get taxi, the buses, everything is stopped, no telephone communication. So in my office, my wife decided to stay overnight there. Unfortunately, my first son came to pick us up by his own car. 10 o'clock in the evening. I thought, we are relieved. But I arrived to my home at 3:30 a.m. 5 hours and a half I was in car. So I really surprised how high, I realized how high the governability of Japanese people. During that 5 hours, I didn't hear any correction. Everybody endured, patient, and they knew useless. It's useless to correction. If it is in New York, you will be deaf by sound of corrections, and a driver will jump out and shout and start the fighting. Japanese didn't, and so the northern people, their endurance, patience, and law-abiding spirit, they maintain peace and order. No riot, no looting, nothing. I'm very proud of it. Proud of being Japanese national. Our level, moral level is very high, I thought, on the 11th of March. Next day, I begin to feel it's a shame. High governability is our asset. At the same time, our governance is lousy, awful. Each steps Kan cabinet took is against the fundamental rule of crisis management. For that management, I served for almost half a century for the government. So I get mad. And when I was mad, I hear very good news of refugees of northern people. Primary school students, pupil. In Kamaishi city, there is a teacher who learned living God. Are you familiar with living God? Perhaps you are not. Living God is written by Lafcadio Han, Koizumi Yakumo in Japanese name. He wrote that short story. Lafcadio Han is known as a ghost storyteller. The Japanese traditional ghost story was his specialty. He wrote nice story about Japanese title is Rice Stack Fire, the flame on livestocks. It happened, this is a true story, it happened in 1854 when Admiral Perry came to knock on our closet door. 1854, the big earthquake altitude 8.4, it was told. Hit Wakayama Prefecture. The Wakayama Prefecture, there is a small village. So that village was assaulted by tsunami. On that day, the festival to enjoy the rice, they collected the product of rice production and enjoy the festival down there in front of Chinju shrine. The town village mayor, Hamaguchi Gihei by name, he was standing on the hill where his house estate there, and whole livestock, it takes 1 year to raise them up, was piled up there. When he saw the sea, earthquake occurred, and he take a look at the sea, and the wave is taken back to offshore. So he thought this is tsunami. And he has no communication method to inform the village people they are enjoying the festival. They have no, of course, in 1854, there is no mobile telephone, no nothing. So only one way to inform them, he think about the method, and he set fire to the piles of rice stock. People thought village mayor's house is burned, so we must help. So everybody rushed to the mountain, and when they come to the village mayor's estate, tsunami struck that city and wiped out. This story really impressed Nafkani Han, so he wrote a nice short story in the title was Living God. And your grandfather, your father might read it in Europe or in America. Mahathir, Malaysia, have read it. When the Indian big tsunami assaulted East Asian countries, and the victims' number was 2,000. So Koizumi Junichiro expressed his sincere condolence to Mahathir. The Mahathir said, "Thank you very much, but I envy you, Japanese, because you have a chapter, Living God, in your school book for primary school. So you are trained and educated the children to cope with the awful tsunami. I envy you." Koizumi-san didn't know that. Koizumi-san turned around and asked the Japanese ambassador, "What is Inamura no Hi?" Of course, ambassador didn't know. He asked to the first secretary, he didn't know. Nobody knows there. So they sent the message immediately to Ministry of Education and Science. Asked, "What is Inamura no Hi?" Nobody knows. And the Ministry of Education passed it on to Mr. Ito, Kazuaki Ito. Perhaps you knew, everybody knew him. NHK expert of natural disaster. He's a walking dictionary of disaster. He was awakened by international call. What is Inamura no Hi? He was amazed, really mad, And next day, he joined my forum, cabinet crisis management forum. I chaired that meeting over 10 years. Recently, I was sacked by cancer. I tell you later, he used to be my enemy in 1970s, the leader of radical students' revolutionary movement. I call three musketeers of extreme leftist. Kan Sengoku, Eda is Minister of Justice, and another one is Vice Chief Cabinet Secretary, used to be Cabinet Secretary. If we call the defense forces, self-defense forces as national violence system or violence apparatus or something like that. These three were, how can't you think of possibility to revive that Inamura no story to the school book? So many people try their best for 67, 65 years to revive that story to the primary school's school book, and they made it in last year. And to my surprise, it was read by school teacher of Kamaishi. Kamaishi primary school teacher was impressed with that story, and he educated to the children if the warning of tsunami rings. It's not good enough to evacuate to the second story of school. Maybe tsunami is stronger than that expectation. You better run for your life up to the mountain. And school children run for higher place, inviting middle school boys on their way. You better evacuate. And the middle school boy also evacuated on the mountain. So they stole only 3. So it makes 99.8% survivability. So that story, 100 years, almost 100 years later, it works. Again, another story is Hamaguchi Gihei, the village mayor, built a huge bank, 900-meter length, 4.5 meter high, incredible bank. And he persuaded the village people to build this for grandson. 100 years later, maybe another tsunami will strike us. So we must prepare for that. And people helped him, but one by one and sick and tired. They don't have bulldozer, don't have power shovel. So they built by hand. And by and by, everybody leave Hamaguchi. Hamaguchi alone at his own risk, and he spent his own money and built that bank and died at the age of 65. 80 years later, 1854, 80 years later, 1946, big tsunami assaulted the same village. But the tide is fortunately 4 meter, and 4.5 meter bank works to protect the grandson. So we pay great respect to Hamaguchi. We pay great respect to Dr. Diwan. そして I respect the nameless